Okay, hi everyone. Um, my name is Renata Lang. I'm the Senior Product Market Manager for Altium. And let me tell you a fun story about me. So I've been to Altium, it's been 4 years that I've been to Altium. But I started working with Altium when I was in university 20 years ago. I graduated as an electrical engineer. And I remember that I used to use Altium. And that time, Altium was not very different, but like the evolution from Altium is amazing, what I see all those years. So I'm here to introduce what we are now. And I think a lot of you know Altium, and I'm going to tell you today, how do you take control without adding more complexity? Because we know that, oh yeah, control, yeah, we have, but then you have to add more complexity in your day by day, right? So let's start. I'm going to ask you one question for each of you. Are you really in control of your projects? Do you think that you are? Do you think that you know everything that happened with all your projects? And I'm pretty sure that you don't have only one project. It's not only one or two projects, right? It's a lot. Do you know all the people that has access to your projects? Everyone, all the permissions that you have in each project? What everybody's doing in the real time? Do you know? Are you sure? Are you sure that you know what is happening all the time in on your projects? I'm going to say one thing. Control is not a micromanager. Control is not about approval single thing. Control is not something that you have to have control of what everyone is doing every single time. No, control is something more intelligent. It's something more smart. It's having a system that responds intelligent. You have control the data, you have control to people, to change, but you don't need to be micromanaging. And that's what I'm going to show you. How can you have this control without have all this complexity that we already heard about there? Well, what is the traditional control? The traditional control is when you have like a silos, right? And you have this manual, there's rigid control when you can have like reports, slow approvals. You have data everywhere in spreadsheets, in systems. You have data where you don't know where it is and you have to search for that, right? And you have to also, if for example, if you need an audit, if something happened and you need to create a report for that, and then you go there and say, oh, I needed to have this control of that and that and that. This is traditional control. You only have control after something happens. It's reactive. What about the modern control? Modern control, it's something that we need today. It's the control that's already embedded to your system. It's the control that's the process adapted to that you have the workflow already there. That's the structure, but it's flexible. So you can have like all your process and the control is there embedded. And then it's native integration. You don't need to think about control. The control is already there. So it's not complex. The control is already there. So the true control, the modern control that we talk, it's already built into your workflows. You have a faster process, you have visibility, you have reliability. You don't need to micromanage your teams. But then you're going to say, okay, Renata, but how? How Altium can provide that? Because we know that and we wanted this modern control. But tell me, like in the technical world, how can I provide this control? And I'm going to show how. Okay, now I'm going to introduce you. Already Josh talked about that. Altium Agile Teams and Altium Agile Enterprise. You know, if you have a company that's growing, it's there, it's the growing streams, you have structured workflows and you need to grow and keep projects moving. You can have agile teams when you have a middle control over people, over users who is using over process and over data. If you already is an established company, established corporation, and you need like a full control compliance connection and full control over people, process, data, you use an Altium Agile Enterprise. And then you have a high connection, people, process, data, and control. And you will know, like, for example, let's talk about the control over people. What is control over people? It's who has access to your projects, who is sharing with who is sharing. Altium, it's working very good on that. You can see who's sharing, who has control, who has permissions. But you can see like others, normally they have rigid roles definitions and you have a limited external collaboration. We in Altium want that you collaborate, you connect to people, people outside your projects, external guest users, but all with the security, okay? What about the process? The process, you want to know, you want to have approval, you want to have audit ready, and then you have a high control over process in Altium. And the other, sometimes you have a limited automation. On the data, the same thing. You want to secure it, right? You want a secure system. You want to have a control over the data. You want to know where's your data. You want to know that your data is safe. And then you can choose Altium. Okay, I talk a little bit about the users, about control, process, and data. But in Altium language, what does that mean? It means like when you have control over people, you have control over permissions, you have roles, who is accessing what and where. You can have this on Altium. You have a secure access. Do you know the single sign-on? You know multi-factor authentication. You have all this control. Advanced collaboration, you have a group management. You know where this group is working on what. And also, you have APIs that let you customize like all this control. What about the control over process? You have automation of workflows. You can automation workflows and then you have all the control without you feeling that you're controlling the process. You also have the managed life cycles. You have integration with the PLM and BOM. You have deployment. You can have a single tenant, a multi-tenant, and on-prem. Somebody asked me about, oh, you know, it's only on cloud, it's only on-prem. We have all these options. And also real-time adapter. You can system respond to the changes very quickly. And control over data. Let's talk about security, about safety, about the virtual control. You know that everything is tracked. Everything is like there. You have a compliance security. If you wanted to have US people and US government to use GovCloud, we have IP whitelisting when you know which IPs access your data. You have secure storage. You have SOC 2 Type 2, Altium on top of all the regulations and compliance. And also you have integration, automation, API, and workflows. You can use the script. You can enable custom operation while you maintain compliance. And that's why I want to talk to you that Altium is on top about this, all this control, right? So a little bit about our solutions. We have agile teams. Like if you have a company that's growing fast and you need this control, what I said, you can use this one. You can use a single sign-on. You have a unified design and data management we offer for you. You have integration with the MCAD, you know, the mechanical designer. You can integrate with that. You have real-time synchronization with the components. We have this integration with the Silicon Expert, for example, when you have the full components and BOM integration when it's on real time. You have predefined workflows, for example, part request and also approvals. And also we have the GovCloud, which I say to you, that's US GovCloud for US people in US soil, that it's for ITAR defense and aerospace compliance. So you can have that. Agile teams, it's for like if you're having a structure that you need and it's growing, you can see who's working on what. We have the events log when you can have the log who access and when and how. You have track progress and you can understand project in real time. If somebody asks, I need a report, I need who is working on project, You just open Altium and you know right away. You don't need to rely on any other tool outside that. For enterprise, you have the whole customization. For example, you have APIs. Do you know that we can work with APIs, that you can integrate with the system that you already use and then you already have? So this is also what we can do. Have you heard about SIEM integration, the security system, when you can predict what's happening to your projects? I'm going to give an example. You have a system, you have a project, and the IT people said, there's some people on your work on your team that's download all the projects at 3 in the morning, and then the system is not common, and then triggers, and then they were going to investigate why. This is like what Altium Agile Enterprise has. Have you heard about the connection with the PLM? We have also this in the enterprise. You can customize, you can send the triggers. For example, you have a project where you say, this component or this manufacturer is authorized for this component, and trigger me a message if this project has this component that's not authorized or this manufacturers. You can do anything in Altium Enterprise, Altium Agile Enterprise. So I talk about the IP whitelisting. Imagine that you are working on a very, very confidential project, very secret, and you only have 5 people to access this project. And you wanted to have the IP where they are. So you put it there, the IPs, and only those 5 people can access your project. So this is a higher security. I talk about single tenant deployment on-prem. This is also high security. If you need to work with a high security where you don't share like your environment with anybody. So this is all the things that Agile Enterprise can make also for you. And it's more like for companies that they are also organized and work in projects. For example, you use a BPM system, a business project management system. I'm going to say Mendix because we already have there. And you want to connect Altium with them. And you don't want to change the systems that you already have, right? You already work with the Jira. You just want to connect. Altium can make this for you. So everything is connected. Everything is compliant. Everything is controlled without you to have this feeling that you are micromanagement, that you are like, I need the report, and you were sleeping 3 in the morning and you're like, oh my God, I forgot to download this. I don't know how to do that. No, with the Altium, you can sleep well, So for me, that's it. I just want to know if you have any questions, and thank you for your time. If you have any questions about the solutions that we have, and you can, everybody's understand, everybody? Okay, so thank you so much. In front, we have a QR code where you can try for free, okay, 30 days for free. And I hope you enjoy, and thank you so much.